Hello everybody, how are you? Welcome to Talk Pretty Things. Do you guys remember wishing on dandelions? You'd pick one of those little dandelion weeds and you just knew that all the little feathers were gonna fly off. But before they flew off, you would hold it up and make a wish before you blew off all those feathers. And then your wishes were said to come true. I remember those days. They were the good old days. So tonight we're gonna do this cute transfer. It says, every dream begins with a simple wish. Very simple, but I love the dandelion over here. And I love dreams and wishes. So this is what we're gonna do tonight. This is a low quantity transfer, which means it might come back, but it's low in quantity right now, so it might run out of stock really, really quickly. So if you want this transfer, I would go ahead and get it now. The keyword for tonight is wish, W-I-C-H, wish. I'm going to go ahead and post the comment right now down below, and we'll get started. This is one of our sticky transfers. The first thing we're going to do is peel it off its backer, keep the backer, and we are going to put it on our fuzzing towel. If you don't want to have one of these beautiful teal colored towels, you can use any towel. You can use your shirt, you can use your pants. What our goal is here is to lessen some of the stickiness so that it doesn't hurt our transfer. It won't stretch because it's stuck to the surface so badly, or that it won't pull up any paint or wood from our surface. So now that we're done with this, this is the cool surface we're going to use tonight. I did get this at Hobby Lobby, and I just love the beaded detail around it. So I'm going to go ahead and place this right in the center of my surface as best I can. I want to make sure it's straight, and it's not. And then we're going to use some of our chalk to go over the design and make it stand out. The colors I've chosen tonight, I'm not real sure about, but we will experiment with them a little bit, and we'll see how they work. Oh, I don't think that's straight either. Let's see, straight. Nope, it's not straight. Have you guys been to Hobby Lobby lately? They have got their big sale on their spring items. It's, well, it was 75% off last time I was there last week, but I know it's supposed to go to 90% anytime now. So if you haven't been to Hobby Lobby to check out their sale on home decor items, I would go. Bring your wallet with you. Well, I still don't think that's straight. We'll get it, guys. Here we go. I don't know if that's down too far. It might be down a little bit too far. Let me just move it up just a tad. And realign it so that it's straight. Okay, now I'm going to smooth it down so that it's really stuck around the silk screen. The silk screen is the white area that you can see through, and that's where your paste is going to go through. And then when you pull it up while it's still wet, while the paste is still wet, it will go down to the surface and stay there. So I think the first color I want to do is I've chose Raspberry Sorbet. And I have my silicone squeegee. And this is kind of beveled. Can you see the beveled edge on that? So I'm just going to use that. I'm going to do every begins with a simple, and then I'm going to do the dream and wish in Couture Teal. So I'm just going to get a little bit of paste on my squeegee. Doesn't take very much. And I'm just going to go over the silk screen wherever I want the pink to be. And you're just smoothing it on. That's all you're doing. It's so easy, guys. And this transfer, since it's sticky, it does stay in place for you. It does. It does a great job of that. Now, once you've gone over it and you've covered all your silk screen, what you're going to want to do is go over it again and kind of take off any excess that's on the top. And make it kind of smooth. You're trying to get out some of those lines so that you don't have like the equivalent of paste, of paint brush marks on it. And whatever you take off, you put back in your jar because you could use that again. So just put that aside. Now I'm gonna get a different squeegee, but you can use the same one if you wipe it off. And I'm gonna get my Couture Teal. This stuff is water soluble, it's non-toxic, it's really easy to clean up. And so it makes it a good item to use with kids. My grandkids love to chalk. I just sent them out some Halloween stuff, so they'll be receiving that pretty soon. And they can do Halloween. But I think I'm gonna move on to fall pretty quick here. I wanted to do this transfer because I think of everything that's growing right now with our rains and stuff, and I thought it'd be great to do this one. I love dandelions. I love the thought of making wishes and having them come true. Okay, this is what it looks like so far. And I'm gonna go ahead and peel it up right now, just because I know my paste is still wet and I don't want it to dry in the silk screen. So I'm just gonna lift this up. I'm gonna lift it slowly in case I need to repair something. And I think that I could probably go over it one more time with both those colors, actually. This is what it looks like right now. And I think it could be a little darker. So I'm gonna go over it one more time. I'm just gonna lay it down and hopefully it falls back into place right where it was. And I'm gonna do one more layer on here. I just wanna get a better application of the paste. I want it to be a little darker in color. So that's what I'm gonna try and do with this. Go a little heavier on the paste. I'm also gonna get my pink and redo that one too. So that's the beauty of these, is that they can fall right down into place. If you feel like you wanna redo them, they're pretty easy to line up once you have chalked them and get them back in the same spot. And you're not removing the whole transfer, so it kind of makes it easier to lay it back down. So a little heavier on this, and still gonna scrape off the excess. And smooth it out. Okay, let's see if that looks better. It did look good, but it was a little, didn't have as much coverage as I would have liked on it. So let's try it now. Yeah, that's better. See how nice it looks? So now I'm gonna lay it back down, and I'm gonna do the dandelion. This is kind of odd, but I'm gonna do it in this colonial blue. And then I'm gonna try to go over it once it dries with the shimmer frost. Now I know dandelions aren't blue. I was gonna go in maybe a mauve color to get it to stand out on this light background. I know that it would look beautiful and white on a dark background, but I really liked this beaded background, this frame for this. So I'm gonna try and do this in this blue because I know it'll stand out on this light background. Take off any excess. Smooth out any lines I have in there. Once again, the word of the night, the keyword for tonight is wish. If you type in wish, you'll be receiving a message to your messenger, Facebook Messenger, with the link to the Chalk Couture products, and then you just need to get a frame. All right, I'm gonna peel this up, and I like this. I'll show you guys. Doesn't that look nice, those dandelions? I really like it a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and dry this. Oh, my tail is still kind of funny here. I'm gonna go ahead and dry this, and then we're gonna put a layer of the shimmer frost on top, and we'll see how that looks. My teal and my pink still look kind of faded. And it may have been that my paste is a little bit too wet. I'll take the lid off and kind of dry these up a little bit. Might do one more layer. Okay, I'm going to let this flop back down. I'm going to go over and do my teal again. I don't know if it's too wet or what's going on with it. I'm going to press it down a little bit harder too. Oh, look at all the blue I got on there. Oh, it's from when I flopped it down. Well, I can wipe that up. Okay, I'm going to try my pink again. Go over it. Okay. I peel it up. Well, I may have to go over with another color. I don't know, guys. It didn't go very good. I'm going to go ahead and get a wet wipe right now, and I'm going to go ahead and clean up some of this extra blue that I got on here. And I flopped it over. Also got some up here. Okay. And now I'm going to go over with the Shimmer Frost. And this is one of our shimmer colors, and they're always beautiful. I love these. And I'm just going to kind of apply it just to some of the ends. I'm not going to apply it all over, just maybe to some of the ends of the flowers. Just to give it a little bit of glimmer. Okay, I think I've got that all. I'm just thinking, what can I do to ensure that my words come out good? They're still kind of wishy-washy. Maybe I should do them in black. Let's try this black. And I'm not sure how it's going to do because this paste is starting to dry. No. That's a new one. Whoa. That one was not good. Okay, I'm going to try this one. This is called Tide. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this off and clean this transfer. Oh, I like the dandelions. What do you guys think? Pretty cool. I just want to get those letters better. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this. And this is how you clean your transfers. It's a very, very important part of making these reusable between 8 and 12 times. So you can stick these down and chalk them over 8 times, up to 12, sometimes even more. But you must clean them really good. So what you do is you just spray regular water on them, and you get all the paste out of the silk screen. Then you get what's called a board eraser. It's like a magic eraser sponge. And you go over the surface to try and get all that paste out of the silk screen. Don't have to worry so much about the teal part, but you do want to get it out of the holes. And you also want to go over the back side. It's not as dirty, but still you want to clean those out. Just wipe over that very carefully. And then I'm going to get a paper towel. Since I'm going to reuse this right away, I'm going to dry it with the paper towel. And it's not sticky when it's wet, so you can go over it with a paper towel, no problem. Just wipe it off. I'm going to flip it over, clean my surface, and dry the top. I'm always amazed that even though you think you cleaned it with a sponge, how much more comes off when you're drying it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and dry this whole transfer again. The surface. Before I put that transfer back on it. Okay. They are pretty easy to line up. They just take some patience. So you can see through them, obviously. So you're just going to line it up. So that you can repaste right on top. And we might have a little bit of shadowing, but it'll kind of look like an offset. See if I can get this lined up right there, right there. Okay, that looks pretty good. So this time, I think it might have been my paste had dried a little bit, and I haven't looked at this tide lately. Yeah, look, it looks a different consistency. Let me get another squeegee. Here's one. And let's just do it all tied this time. Let's just, and this feels a little thick too. So if your paste is a little thick, you can thin it out with some distilled water. Only use distilled water because if you use regular water, you could get mold growing in your paste. You just don't know what's in that, our regular tap water. But you do want to mix it up really good. Let me get a stir stick. You do want to mix it really good if you add water because you might have puddles of water in your paste, and that's even worse because it'll cause bleeding. So we're going to mix it up good. And you want it to be like a cake batter consistency. I'm just going to do all the words in teal this time, and we'll just see how that comes out. Let's see if it goes through better. Feels like it's spreading easier for me. I have a feeling it is going to be better. I can just feel the way it's gliding. Take off any excess, put it back in the jar. And I got really messy with this one, really messy. Boy, this was a good color to dye your fingers. So it just cleans up the water, guys. It's just made out of chalk in a liquid form and a paste form. I'm not sure what else makes it liquid, but it is water soluble, non-toxic. So it will come right off as I work at it. But I do want to remove this before it dries. And it's not coming out any better. It might have been the surface, guys. Although the blue did come out good. But this is what it looks like. It's kind of shadowy. Kind of looks kind of neat though. Kind of dreamy. So while I don't think it was what I was looking for, it does kind of look kind of neat with those colors. Can you see how some of the old color is shining through? And I do like the dandelions. But I'm going to clean up some of the spots where I got dirty. And this is our project for the night. Give it a heart if you loved it. I hope you watch again next time, which is probably tomorrow. And I'll see you again soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.